Hey everyone, welcome to Get Busy Watching. I'm your host, Honest Dan. So just a little heads up, I got vaccinated recently, and by recently I mean yesterday as of recording this video. Unfortunately, I feel absolutely awful, so if I sound out of it, well, it's because I am. Literally, all I want to do right now is sleep, and I have no idea how long I'm gonna feel like this. So I hope you forgive today's format. Oh no, God Emperor Disney did it again. Worth $201 billion, but still need to overcharge during one of the worst financial crises in world history, certainly in American history. Thousands upon millions of people losing their jobs and homes. Oh, but won't someone please think of poor God Emperor Disney? $30 in addition to the subscription fee. Fuck you guys.
Fuck you! Well, fuck you!
Well, I watched this movie, I didn't pay for it, and proudly state that. Call it a spanking for giving Ubisoft the rights to make a Star Wars game. You know, Ubisoft. The company that protected and practically rewarded its rapist higher-ups for years. And if you believe their CEO knew nothing about it, pfft, you fuckers are dumb, or my conspiracy, and let's face it, most likely, God Emperor Disney don't care. Because Ubisoft games make money, and if there's anything that God Emperor Disney creams themselves over, it's a literal boatload of cash. Great way to start off this video. How are you enjoying my content, kids? These videos aren't for you. Get the fuck out of here and watch your dumb modern SpongeBob. Spoilers, I'm pretty anti-Disney these days, and I happily see their work for free from pirate sites. As a result, heads up, this'll be a screenshot review as I don't want to deal with the copyright claims. Still waiting to hear back from the YouTube team about the strike, and it's just been a hassle to deal with lately. So here we go. This is my honest opinion of Raya and the Last Dragon. Raya, voiced by Kelly Marie Tran, is on a quest to find the last surviving dragon from a bygone era of unity in order to save her divided world from evil entities called the Droon. However, on her quest in finding the dragon, Shizu, voiced by Awkwafina, she is being hunted by a rival princess named Namari, voiced by Gemma Chan, who intends to hinder her progress. I don't hate it, but I didn't jive with it. I feel like it has good ideas, good intentions, and has a great moral to it, but it's woven into a highly flawed story with a ton of elements that I really didn't agree with. Okay, so within my summary, I skipped on a ton of details, primarily because there's a lot going on. And similar to a lot of Disney's animated world building, I have some issues. I fully admit to nitpicking here, so fair warning. In the backstory, the world of Kamundra was a paradise. People lived happily together with the dragons. The drama happens, the dragons get turned to stone after making the all-magical gem, and Shizu uses her magic to blast the Droon away. Where did Shizu go? When she comes back, she only says that she's been asleep. Why was she asleep? You don't think it'd be prudent to hang around for a while to make sure the Droon don't come back? How did she go to sleep? Because she used her powers to kill the Droon? This isn't explained. Also, I have some issues with Daddy Dearest, Chief Benja, voiced by Daniel Day Kim. I get that he wants to unite the broken lands. Cool, world peace, I can get behind that shit. But there's a glaring option that I feel like is completely overlooked. He says that the only reason the tribes are enemies is because the other tribes think the gem can magically bring prosperity, and it's agreed that's not the case. So how come they've never just let the other tribes have it and see for themselves? Since the gem is the current main source of distrust toward the Heart Territory, why would sharing a meal be a better alternative than allowing the other tribes to have the gem? I feel like this whole trust moral that the movie is pushing feels disingenuous when the main setup for the state of the world in the present day is caused by the one tribe that touts itself as the ones making the first step in rebuilding burned bridges, ironically still doesn't trust the other tribes with the gem as demonstrated by fighting everyone to protect it from them. Low-key, it feels like the Heart Tribe just wants to establish trust on their own terms. I would believe this is subtly part of the moral and the main reason why both the Heart Kingdom and the world in general fell into oblivion to the Droon. Like, that's Heart's one major flaw, but Benja is framed like this heroic character and the people of Heart are framed like a perfect culture. And if this is a subtle flaw, it's too subtle, as an acknowledgement of Heart's contribution to the world state would better suit the narrative. Not Raya's contribution, Heart's.
I'm a good person, yes it's true. I'm a good person, better than you.
I do admit that I'm absolutely gaga over that sword that doubles as a whip. That's a cool ass weapon. Now all you gotta do is combine it with Hiccup's fire sword and you've basically got the universe's coolest sword. I will also admit that I love Tuk Tuk the Furbug. At long last, a practical, cute animal sidekick. Looking at you, Moana. Dumbass hey hey, hey hey, Tuk Tuk. Is this gonna be a trend with God Emperor Disney?
The name's so nice, you say it twice.
Stealing from DreamWorks, the company that was founded on its hate for God Emperor Disney. Classy? And now we get to the most confusing character of the story, Shizu. Confusing not because I don't understand her character, but rather... no, that's actually very much it. I couldn't decide if I liked her or not. It's clear that she's just another penny in the trend fountain. The fast-talking, modern referencing, modern speaking characters that have almost been a mainstay in God Emperor Disney's empire since Aladdin. Even right down to the blue design and smoky effects, just like Genie. Here's the problem, and it's very particular to me. I think the reason why we're forgiving of Genie's modern references is because A, nostalgia, and B, or more likely A.2, Robin Williams. Williams was an established hero for kids back in the day and was a masterclass in improv. As a result, Genie was legitimately hilarious. But once his popularity skyrocketed into the cosmos, suddenly a ton of characters needed to emulate Genie. Yet, none have come close. Certainly some are less egregious offenders than others, but it's hard to deny that this is a trend. Like a lot of trends, I love what started it, I hate what it became. I can give a little credit that Shizu doesn't lean that heavily into her modern speech pattern, and she's allowed to have actual character and emotions. When that's front and center, I'm on board with her. But when she's trying to be funny, saying things like, I don't need a nightlight, then I can never decide if this works or doesn't work for me. When all is said and done, I guess it's not a good thing that I have to constantly ask myself if I like Shizu or not, but it's hard to not like her when she's being an actual character. Take that for what you will, I guess. What I definitely didn't like about Shizu is her unwillingness to adapt to the modern climate. I understand that she's a very hopeful, optimistic character, but the fact that she jumps into a situation with no real plan other than to bring a gift, Shizu never listens or tries to understand. She lumps human nature into a single idea. We're enemies because we don't give gifts. A cynical way to put it, sure, but that doesn't change the fact that it's too narrow a way of thinking, even in this world where nuance has to be considered. I do acknowledge that this bites her in the ass later on when she places her trust in the evil Talon chiefess that nearly gets her killed, but she doesn't learn from the experience. The movie makes you think she learns from it, but not really. And that has a cost. I'm not saying she has to be a cynic now, no, but she has to acknowledge that people are different now and there needs to be a different way to go about optimism. Have idealism in mind, but don't walk in reality thinking the world caters to your idealism. There's a way to go about it, but Shizu didn't learn and it drove me nuts.
How stupid are you?
Fart jokes aplenty. Never thought I'd see the day where God Emperor Disney would put that shit in their films, but I guess here we fucking are. I really didn't like the con baby, con monkey gag. They're the obstacle at the beginning when the group arrives in the Fang territory, and one offer to make honest loot later, they're one of the good guys. Pretty swift change in character. Funny, they had something pretty compelling lined up already. Just make it so that the monkeys are stealing to take care of her, rather than the baby being in on the cons. I would have had enough issues with the trio of monkeys sidekicks. Tuk Tuk was enough for me, but monkeys and the baby? Nah, you lost me. The chiefess that took over the Fang village tried to have Shizu turned to stone. She never faces any consequences. Not on screen, not even a throwaway line later. I do like the action scenes, very gripping, fast-paced, even a little brutal at times. Always wish that these movies wouldn't be afraid to show just a little bit of blood though. Not asking for a blood bath, but you know, a tasteful trickle out of the corner of the mouth. Something easy, let kids know, yeah, you have blood in you. Not like half of them don't know that anyway. They're kids. They fall over and hurt themselves all the time. If anything, it's relatable. The climax, the resolution, I want to like it more than I do. I feel like there's something there that would have been powerful in a better, more mature story. It has its moments, particularly at the end of the whole surrounded by the drone bit, but falls pretty hollow because it's just not that well supported by the film as a whole. And just feels a little too happy ending considering how terrible everyone's been prior and during the events of the story.
You guys suck.
We suck, all right, we suck.
This truly is the first animated flick in God Emperor Disney's catalog that truly underwhelmed me. And if the Mulan remake taught me anything, good animation and visuals is not enough to make a good movie anymore. Especially from these people. This company's net worth is billions. I would actually think there's something fantastically wrong if they ever made something that looked bad. For me, good looking animation, that's just meeting a standard, not going above and beyond. Great characters, great stories, that's something I feel like God Emperor Disney has been lacking lately. I expect that in their live action remakes, not their original animations. I don't recommend it as an adult, but meh, harmless enough for kids. They'll like it. Even adults may not have too many problems with it if you don't think about it too much. But hey, y'all know my feelings about God Emperor Disney. Take it how you will. My honest rating for Raya and the Last Dragon, a weak 3 out of 5. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Hopefully before long, I'll have my strength back and I'll put my ugly ass face on camera again. But in the meantime, have a great day. Stay safe and healthy out there. Please wear a mask if you go out. Get vaccinated for your family, friends, and community. Hope to see you soon.